guys, another episode of Listen Up, presented by Press Start Button Now. Your host, Jason Freakmaster Higa. I know Johan's supposed to be here, but he is not, so I'm taking full charge. Today we have the same guest from last episode of the Metal Gear. I hope you guys listen to it. But we have, once again, Thuy, Chris, Matt, Josh, and Eric.
Yeah.
Today we're going to talk about, one of the controversial games in the video game history. So I guess that's Grand Theft Auto. So, Grand Theft Auto, I think game's it's too big. I don't like it that much.
Huge.
Yes, it's huge. I know it's a sandbox game. It's supposed to be that. It's massive.
What are we talking about again? Grand Theft Auto. Very large. Oh, that's right.
But I'm not a huge fan. Yes, I'm not a huge fan of these sandbox games because you get distracted easily, like what you're supposed to do.
Well, that's the beauty of it.
I know it's like some people have fun doing that.
You can play it for hours and not do anything.
But I want to at least progress through the story. So I'm like, my first game I played was San Andreas. That was PS2. I really liked that one.
Good idea.
You don't have to explore. You can just play the story. Right? Yeah, that's true.
But they're giving you that option, you can go here.
Options?
I don't want to do give me everything. Go here.
Hold my hand, damn it.
Yeah, at least hey guy.
This guy likes Final Fantasy 13 then.
Yeah, it's giving that all right. give me that guy saying, all right, guy, come on, it's time to go to that mission now, any day now, right. Instead of just hanging around.
Those side scrollers where after you get to a point, you're just standing around. That arrow just goes, hey, this way.
Yeah, I do like that one more often. That's why I like Final Fight.
you'd be a really bad crack at it.
So San Andreas, it was a fun game because I guess it was trying to represent LA, and it was a pretty good representation of 90s LA of was the Boys in the Hood era. So, but the game was really difficult at some points, especially the flying missions. The flying missions were
Launch the Red Baron.
Oh,
no, it was the Red Baron.
Mr. David Cross.
I thought that was Vice. Is that Vice City?
That's Vice City.
Yeah,
Red Baron.
I just didn't like the flying missions.
The Red Baron is San Andreas.
But Thuy's a big fan of
stupidest mission.
Grand Theft Auto, right?
Right.
I'm a fan.
fan.
Yeah,
I like it.
But you played all of it, right? From Grand Theft Auto 1?
Yeah, well, I played the overhead ones when I was pretty young.
Nice.
My parents never let me play them.
You can't see where you're driving, so you go as fast as you can, and then you just immediately hit something.
That's a PS1 game, right?
Explode. Yeah.
Was it a good story, or was it
I don't know the story, dude. It's just I just want to get
steal a car and
freaking shoot people.
Do you guys really know the stories? I kind of know the
The only one that really had
Three? Yeah, I know.
3 had a story.
Okay.
No,
I don't remember a story.
One and two have stories.
Huh?
The first ones have stories. They're really ridiculous
First
too.
Yeah.
First two games? Yeah.
Yeah,
Like stupid stories?
They were...
They're stupid.
Yeah, but one
Yeah,
is
they weren't
newer
ran out of
gangster,
milk.
and two was it's in the future. You're going against some Japanese company. You're whoa, what?
They were much more ridiculous back then.
Well, what was your first game, Chris? I want to call you Christopher Plummer now.
Yes,
The well-known actor, Christopher Plummer.
Sound of music and
Congratulations
everything.
on your Oscar.
Thank you. I think I started with 3. Yeah, I started with God of War 3.
3? Alright. Matt? 3.
Yeah.
Josh?
Yeah, 3.
Everybody's 3. Eric?
Even me, 3.
Wow, everybody started with 3. Because I think back then they had a Japanese PS2, so Japanese people didn't know what Grand Theft Auto was until they released it for... They did release 3, but by the time 3 came out, I was really old, and I wasn't really interested. But when they announced San Andreas, everybody kept on saying how San Andreas is a really good game. So I was like, okay, maybe it's a good game that I should put my time into. Which I did get pretty far, I just never got around beating it. I got to Las Venturas.
Hey, man.
And that's near the end, right?
Almost.
That's the last county you have to visit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
so-
almost, because you go back.
Yeah, I go back, but...
Finish it. It had a pretty good ending.
Yeah, I sold it, though.
Yeah.
So.
Really good.
I sold the
good.
game, though, so...
Whoa!
Seriously.
I know.
That's the one I would have
It had all the well-known actors. It had what was it? Sam
It had
Jackson.
Samuel
Yeah,
Jackson.
Sam Jackson. It had
But he
no.
was only in from
Samuel
the beginning
Jackson
at the
is in the
end.
game. He's great.
It had Charlie Murphy in the game too.
Oh,
it was the
yeah,
pimp.
that's Charlie Murphy.
He was in the game too. So they had a lot of well-known actors in San Andreas. But there's well-known actors in 4, right? The new ones. Because I remember 4 they had the comedian. What was his name?
They had
Cat Williams.
Cat Williams was in the game, right?
Ricky Gervais.
Yeah,
They're not like story.
Yeah, they're not story based, but there's.
No.
I mean, yeah, because remember Sam Jackson and Charlie Murphy were part of the story. Yeah, so.
And he also had like people that like alluded to like real like people.
Oh really?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't Ice-T wasn't also in San Andreas, right? He was the rapper.
Yeah.
He was trying to commit suicide, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, wow, there's a lot of well-known actors or celebrities in the game, but.
Well, San Andreas was the one that had like the first memorable story. Like you actually followed it.
Yeah, because that
one.
one.
Yeah, because you followed the story in Vice City.
I liked Vice City too.
Vice City.
Really?
I haven't played Vice City.
Yeah,
It was
I
like,
don't even like remember.
If
the
you
story
like
too.
Scarface,
It was basically Scarface.
Yeah.
because
Vice City was my
Vice City
favorite.
takes place in the
Right,
80s, right? That was the 80s.
Yeah.
So all the musics were like 80s tracks,
Yeah.
right?
that's why I liked it.
They were good.
But-
It was good music.
I mean, I liked Espantoso. That's
That
all
was-
I listened to.
Okay. All right.
I have the CD, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love San Andreas because the
Because of the hot coffee.
No, I don't care about the hot coffee part. I really don't. It's no because it was the radio station was really cool. It's like
Yeah.
Los Santos was a really
I
cool
thought you were
radio
gonna see
station.
those button sequences where you dance like at the beach.
Oh no! I remember the dance. I remember the button commands for your lowrider battles. You're like, hey, let's battle my lowriders against your lowrider. All right, you start bouncing up and down, but you gotta like match the timing of it. I'm like,
You can knock your car over doing
I
that.
know.
It's really, really funny. 'Cause it's
But I'm like, yeah, it's like the music was really good in San Andreas. I mean, tries to represent whatever that era, right? It was like so.
Yeah.
San Andreas was the '90s, so I had a bunch of
I
'90s.
mean, there's jetpacks in the 90s.
There was jetpacks.
I mean, that's why.
No, but that was an
San
area.
Andreas.
What was it? What was it called?
Area 51.
Was it 51? Was it called 51?
69.
69. Area 69, right? So
Is it?
Yeah, you just
How juvenile.
you just steal it from
I
Area
love the whole
69.
game was
I love
juvenile.
You just steal it.
Grand Theft Auto series.
Yeah, so I'm like, but I haven't played 4 because like even 4's for PS3. I just never
I
like.
like 4 because it's
4
kinda
is very straightforward.
Very straightforward.
Okay, I know because it's less to explore, right? Because it's
feels
just
more like-
one city, right?
You know how
No,
you said
you can
No,
explore
you can
a
explore
lot.
a lot, but it
Not
does
as
hold
much.
your hand a lot more than like
Yeah, you know how you
San
said you
Andreas
like having your handheld? It's
Yeah, with a
like
cell
you
phone.
can't really tell when you're exploring or when you're playing a mission because it's just really like integrated into the story.
Oh, so you can't just like, well, you have to do this mission. Well, I'm gonna go to my backyard and go shoot up 5 guys, and then I'll come back.
It's like he
The
says,
burger
"Oh, just meet me here," but like you could go straight to meet him there or just.
Oh, because they had
explore.
the taxi thing, right? Or like just take me to
Oh,
that
I
spot.
Oh, that too.
I love
They also
that.
had the taxi
I
system.
love that taxi.
Yeah, for lazy people.
But a lot of people use that to troll things.
Yeah.
That
Hey,
game
you
is
know
that game
what
is just straight
weird
like.
stuff happens when you're in a taxi.
Yeah, you can just sit there and tell him to hurry up, and he'll just.
And he
Look
like
out the window.
hits
Really?
people.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
hit people.
Yeah,
I would just
what?
always
It's
skip it.
like-
I would never know you can do all
Yeah,
that
you can
stuff.
tell him to hurry up and just look out the window.
I think you can die during one of those.
Yeah.
Like if you tell him to hurry up.
Yeah,
If he doesn't drive,
Those
like,
are the
really
real
bad,
life
he can just
consequences.
end up killing you.
yeah.
It's like, man, I just spent like $50 and died.
Well, actually, you pay a lot more than that.
Do you have
Well,
some,
that's-
Eric? Do you have anything like that you enjoy about Grand Theft Auto in general, or
Coffee.
What?
coffee?
My name's Eric. Hot coffee.
Yes. Coffee.
So mean.
The music in Vice City was the bomb.
Ooh.
I spent so many hours.
Just sitting in the car, just listening
Just
to
sitting in the
music. Just
car.
sitting in the car, just like, aren't you gonna go anywhere? No.
Well,
Let's go
I
play.
mean, pretty much.
Can you at least drive somewhere? No, I'm good right here.
I vented out my 15-year-old teenage frustration in that game, like just killing people and stuff. I remember Grand Theft Auto 3. I was, I think, 12 when it came out, or 10. I don't remember. I was really young, and my dad bought it for me in secret. He's like, "Make sure your mom doesn't know you have this game," because she heard about it in the news that it was like really violent and stuff. Because it was the first game you could
Yeah,
play.
that's the most controversial game
Yeah.
when it came out because it was like
Besides
promoting like violence. Like, oh, you can
more
run over and
fun.
like beat people up for their money
Yeah.
and then get them, steal someone's car and just drive off.
was a
I
hooker
think they
thing.
said like it was responsible for
Hookers as
Columbine
well.
and stuff like that.
Yeah, you can also
Yeah.
you can also like get hookers, right? And it's like
Hookers
the
and
car
stuff,
bounce
yeah.
up and down, and
Yeah.
you're like, okay. Then you get out and you go beat up the hooker and get your money back
Yeah.
and drive
So
off.
at the time, I lived with my aunt, and I have a little cousin, and he was, I think, 7 at the time. And one time we went on a full day trip somewhere, and he actually knew how to use my PS2 and stuff.
Oh man.
So he got in, and his mom was home too. So yeah, he was killing
played-
old people. Like he knew the code for the baseball bat too.
So
So
you
for
just-
like all the weapons.
so
So
you
he
put the
knew.
baseball and started
He
whacking everything.
knew.
He-
So he just.
like he kept
Yeah.
up beating.
Did he save over your file?
My aunt found out, and she got really mad at my mother, and we didn't really have a home at the time, so my mom forced me to like. My mom threw it away. My dad picked it out of the trash. He told me go sell it, and I got Kingdom Hearts instead.
All right.
Wow, like,
That's a completely different
position.
Same game.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
Animated violence.
Yeah,
I mean, they're all animated, but.
But I mean, yeah, I mean,
beat
that,
up a lot of
I mean,
old
Grand Theft
stuff.
Auto 3 was like the sparking point of like violent
Yeah, that
games
was
for
really-
kids, right? Like that's like this like in like what?
Mortal Kombat.
I mean, Mortal Kombat that was like that, but like this was like the
No,
new generation, like
that
2000,
started the
right?
ESRB.
Because this one was like straight up like shoot people for fun, and you don't get any like trouble out of
Well,
it.
you get money for it.
Yeah, you get paid just to shoot
It
things,
was
and
like a positive incentive.
yeah, so
Well,
it's
if
like,
the cops saw you, you got in trouble.
but
Yeah, there was
still, you're like outrun the beat up the cops or
Well,
do whatever you want.
do, hey, I should outrun
There's
the cops.
consequences.
And I'm fine. Yeah,
It
and I'm
didn't really
fine.
teach you that, but I guess you could take it like
4 you can do that. You just go outside the circle, right?
Yeah, as long as I drive long enough, don't stop.
They'll just give up and stop.
Hold on, once I get past this blue.
All those
What are you
tanks and
gonna do now?
helicopters, like, let's call it a day, guys.
See you later, FBI.
He's beyond
Man.
that blue line. I can't get
And
him.
that makes 3 a lot more realistic because the army will just destroy you. They'll follow you until you die.
Relentless.
So you can't hide, right? You can't hide from the army,
You
right?
don't hide from
There was no
You
You
can
go like
steal a
Ninja
tank
Joe.
and just like.
Because 5 you can event, or no, I mean San Andreas you can outrun, or even Vice City can you outrun?
I think no, not in Vice City.
San Andreas you can outrun
San
the army,
Andreas, I
right?
think you can do that.
You like just like
Yeah,
stay
'cause you
quiet.
just drive out
No,
of
go to
the
your safe
city.
house, right?
You drive out of the. Oh, you can do that.
Yeah, you go to your safe
house.
house and then everything's back to normal and you go back outside. So I'm like, okay. But yeah, I mean it's like it's a violent game, but a lot of people enjoy it because it's on YouTube because of the glitches in that game.
Yeah.
I mean the main purpose of this game is like 'cause it's a really big sandbox game that they can't catch all the bugs.
Yeah.
So people will be spotting bugs on their own because they're just doing whatever thing they do.
I'm going to get you.
So like one of my things I saw a video of San Andreas, the popular one was the guy's like I'm ready to rev my motorcycle
Yeah.
and run this like mountain like cavern like I guess like little canyon because there's a little ramp that goes
Off a
straight
ramp.
off a ramp some ramp made out of like rocks or something like that. So I'm like okay, so he's all like hyping it up like all right. So he does it. Once he gets to like the end, he's like jumping. A plane just randomly comes and smashes into him, like dies. So I'm like, what? I'm like, yeah, it was a glitch. It wasn't a glitch. It was just the computer.
Bad time.
Yeah, the time where
Really
like, the
bad
game
time.
just
That's
created a plane just to fly by that
yeah,
one
that's one of the coolest
specific
parts
moment
about it.
at that time he jumps. I'm like, but I mean, there's glitches where people like. There's like what debug codes where everybody has rocket launchers, civilians, so they start shooting everything up in chaos mode where everything's like hellhole. It's like everything's like blowing up and no one's safe, even you are. So why you walk by, some guy can just come up to you and shoot a rocket in your face.
Well, have you seen all these mods for GTA 4 right now?
But there are mods now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like you
there's
can
a
play
lot.
as like SpongeBob or like, but the newest one is like you play as a horse, and then you get to cart as a horse. It looks really
Wow.
The
cool.
horse head.
Yeah, no, a horse.
horse.
Like he's on all fours and like clomping around.
That's
crazy.
And then he shoots like a rocket launcher off of his shoulders. It looks so ridiculous.
There's like a Lucky Star mod too, right?
There's a bunch of
There's a
mods
bunch
now.
of mods.
It's like Skyrim, right? Basically.
Yeah, there's a Skyrim mod for it. You become one of the dragons in Skyrim.
I mean, one of the mods I also saw was my friend. He was playing GTA 4. For some reason, he was at an intersection. All of a sudden, the car just catches on fire. No, the car in front of him. So I was like, "What'd you do?" I'm like, "I didn't do anything." He's just sitting in the car. I'm like, "I didn't shoot anything. It just caught on fire." Oh, okay. And then some guy runs out on fire. Then all of a sudden, it explodes, and he gets caught up. And I'm like, "What the? Why did I get hurt? I didn't do anything." I'm like, "That's the game. For some reason, does
Life happens.
That's
weird
like 1 in a
stuff."
million too.
Did you see any weird glitches in the game?
I was playing recently the DLC, and the game it loads constantly, and sometimes if you're even playing too long, it won't load properly. So
Oh.
I played, and like every single car was a taxi.
Really?
I went up blocks, and every single car is a taxi, and I'm like, I don't think this is right.
Well,
Did you have any
for
glitches?
GTA 3, it was just I guess my game got scratched. Because at one point, like, I could play the game up to a certain amount of time until the textures would disappear and just it would look like you're submerged underwater because I couldn't see anything below like a certain point on
Really?
the screen. It would look like I was just covered in pixels, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like the floor came up and swallowed me. And
So just a floating head.
I just sold my game after that because
Oh.
I couldn't play it.
Oh.
So some other kid got the
Scratch the game.
messed up game.
Another funny
Merry
glitch, though,
Christmas, Jerry.
was like if you had like a sniper rifle and you looked at a certain bridge in 3, you'd see the pedestrians, but the bridge wouldn't load, so they just walk and then fall off the bridge. glitch.
Wow,
So it's like
so
nothing's
cool.
there.
Yeah.
So not there's like the game thinks it's like there's nothing there they're walking
Yeah.
on. So they just
Yeah.
fall over.
I
Like,
think
did it load the
it's
other
probably
half
by
of the
city.
bridge?
I think. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I don't know.
That's amazing.
That's pretty funny.
Is there any glitches that you saw, Josh?
There's like a lot of glitches.
I mean, yeah, of course. Like the fun, the like glitches
I
I really
don't know,
remembered.
Like, it was never like LOL funny. I was just like,
Oh,
whatever.
Well, I can ignore that.
I know it was just so.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens, but no, nothing.
It happens in most
Yeah, it's
Rockstar
got
games.
bad glitches.
It's
Yeah.
all like
Yeah, I mean, like Red Dead Redemption, there's like glitches.
The
everywhere.
Red Dead Redemption
Oh, Red
glitches
Dead
are funny.
Really?
Like when you have a human in the body of a cheetah, so you just see it like crawling up super fast at you, and you're just like, holy crap. That's so freaky.
I know. I know it's not. I mean, I know it's not. Wait, Chris, what'd you have to say?
No.
I mean, like, all right. So I mean, I know it's not nothing to do with GTA. It's still Rockstar, but it's not GTA. Red Dead Redemption. There's like glitch. Supposedly, there's like a haunted area in that game, where there's like some house that's haunted.
Really?
That's what people are saying.
Which one?
In Red Dead Redemption.
Oh.
What
There's like a
happens?
haunted. There's a haunted area where if you go in, it's like it's not supposed to be there. I think it's supposed to be a glitch. People think it is a glitch, but there's things happening in there that's not supposed to happen. It's like you hear stuff in there that it's supposed to be some rundown house. It's like people are saying, "Oh, it's like bandits or whatever." I'm like, well, I don't see any. The people are like, "I don't see any bandits in there." And I'm like, I checked the house from top to bottom. There's nothing in there, but I hear sound somewhere. So I'm like, oh, okay. But that's only happened from like 11 p.m. to like 6 a.m. I don't know, something like that. So I thought you know anything about that or no?
No. Oh, I'm sure they probably like programmed it so bandits spawn at a certain point, like between that time, and
They
then
just
like
got stuck
it's
in
like
the
in the
wall.
wall or something.
I was just get stuck in the wall.
Stuck in the wall.
But I mean, Grand Theft Auto. Back to Grand Theft Auto. I mean, do you memorize like the glitch codes?
What glitch
Like
code?
You mean
codes
like
like
the-
spawns certain things from the game.
I didn't
Like in
those.
San Andreas, you have like you can spawn a fighter jet.
Because if you do that,
Oh,
it
yeah.
screws up the your
system,
game
right?
system, and like
Yeah,
you can't get certain achievements.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Because like if you put like chaos mode, like in San Andreas, you can't save
You
the
can't
rapper.
finish.
Yeah, you can't save the rapper.
I didn't care. I just spawned like 50 tanks.
Because
like
if
froze
you-
my game. I'm like, oh.
The game couldn't take it. The game couldn't hold it.
I cut it off.
Well, there was a really cool. It's not really a glitch. It's just like a hidden part of the game in 3 when you could fly the dodo.
What's a dodo?
It was like
Oh,
this
it's that
this
really
this
crappy
plane.
plane.
It was
Really
the only
hard to
plane
fly
in the
plane.
game.
You had to
but
really
the
know
wings
how
were
to-
like chopped short.
Yeah, up and down.
What's the
So-
point of this
if
plane?
If you mastered how to fly it, which is
What's a
really,
wait? You can actually fly it?
Yeah, you can fly it.
It's not a
This
broken
is 3,
plane.
right?
Yeah, 3.
Because like
If
you didn't
could
have that
fly
mechanic,
it,
so
yeah. If you figured out how to do it, you could fly it past a certain point on the map and go to where they filmed, like where they made the first cutscene in the game. 'Cause that part of the game
Oh,
is
yeah.
not in the city. It's not in Liberty City.
It's a
And there's,
different
like,
city.
Oh, it's a little
section
joke.
there.
It's
Did
like
you
a
do
little,
that in,
like,
Vice
It's not a
City?
joke, but they just left it there because that's where they made the cutscene.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to keep it in the game somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess. What were we
No, I
saying?
mean that's why. I mean I like collecting stuff. So like in 3 is some hidden packages. So it was that nice incentive, huh?
It was like drugs.
Yeah, I mean I'm all about that.
I know.
And whoa. Whoa. No, but like it was that incentive that you had to collect them, and like if you collected enough packages, you get rewards, and it was a really nice reward system. Like anyone could just put a code in and get like a rocket launcher, but to get enough packages to have rocket launchers spawn,
Yeah.
there, it feels so much better than just R1 L2. Like
That's what sucked about Part 4. They had like one of those collection things where you had to shoot pigeons around the city.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah,
You
have
get
to shoot
nothing for it.
pigeons.
You get nothing.
You get nothing?
No, if you get all of them, you can like mail in your account to Rockstar or something,
Uh-huh.
and then they send you something. My brother did it. They
What
send
is
you
it?
like this key to the city. It's like pretty big too. It's like a novelty
whoa,
item.
Oh, wow.
that's pretty cool.
I was like, they
Yeah,
don't
it's
have
kinda
that deal
cool.
anymore. You can't get it. It's like the first month of the game release.
Really? Just for 1 month?
Something like a few
That
months.
sucks.
maybe.
Come on, man.
That sucks.
But he's like, it took me forever to find these damn birds.
Fucking birds.
But all right, so you all played like the main like 1, 2, 3, Vice City, 4, San Andreas. But has anybody played the handheld versions?
Handheld?
Yeah, like Liberty City Stories and was it China Wars?
Chinatown.
I played Liberty City Stories and Vice City Stories.
Vice City
so
Stories.
A little bit of Chinatown Wars.
I haven't even like. Are those really still sandbox games too? Like just
Yeah.
open.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Clunky controls.
Oh, okay.
No, actually, Liberty City Stories, Vice City, not that funky.
Yeah, those are pretty good.
It's not bad. It's just you can't control the camera.
It didn't look as
Oh.
good.
Dude, the Chinatown Wars, you had to use the stylus and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That was
Uh,
weird.
Yeah, but Vice City had a lot of mechanics that Vice City Stories had a lot of mechanics that Vice City itself didn't have. They expanded upon like building your own empire. You bought like businesses, and then you would build them up.
Oh wow, that's
You
cool.
would
Wait, that was what?
with Vice City Stories.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you could just buy.
Yeah, you
things
don't.
in
Yeah,
Vice
it
City.
wasn't just buying a property and then it just gives you money. You could improve them.
And the story, and then the handheld games aren't canon, right? Or are they like?
Yeah, they are.
They're part of the.
They were related to the story. Like the Vice City Stories is, it takes place before Vice City, and
He's
you play
like
as
Sans
the
Vance's
brother.
brother or something like that.
Yeah, you play as the brother to one of the characters in the story.
And then Liberty City was that? What about that one?
Yeah, it's another person that's part of the Grand Theft Auto 3 story.
It's 3? Because 3 took place in Liberty City?
Guy named Tony.
Okay.
Like that.
What?
Nothing.
Okay.
Are you sure?
Are you sure it says Tony?
Yeah.
And what about Chinatown, whatever?
I don't think it's related.
I don't think.
That was a
With
standalone?
Asian.
Yeah. It was like,
It was
yeah.
weird. Chinatown,
It was
you
really
actually
racist.
You went around and you actually sold drugs.
Yeah.
That was when
Chinatown Lord.
So explicitly.
Well, you do it in Vice City too.
You did?
Out of an ice cream truck.
Well,
Oh.
see, I mean, that's kind of.
That's a little subtle, but
The
yeah.
street, but you're just like, hey, yo,
Yeah.
drugs
opium.
here.
Yeah.
Because they have to keep it like as racist as possible.
So it had to be opium.
So it has to be opium.
No other drug.
Alright, so I mean, this game is it? Do you think it's popular still, or is
Hell
it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone is hyped
Like
for the next
for
one.
5, like people are like crazy about it.
For really 5? I mean, 5 I'm
5.
down because it's Los Santos. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I can, because
Yeah.
4 was Liberty City, which
Better have
is
license.
based on New York City, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Los Santos is based off LA, right?
LA,
So I'm
yeah.
more like, I'm probably more. I
Los
can relate to it
Santos.
more
Yeah.
that one because it's based off this, so I can kind of recognize what they're trying to go for.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's why I like San Andreas is more entertaining because I can relate to the story or to the location. But
It's a good game.
5, yeah, I mean 5. Everybody's hyping up 5, but is it like same as the other ones, like Call of Duty level, or is it still like?
Well, I don't think it has that.
Does it-
same
does-
hype
does it have the
anymore.
Fallout crowd with it?
It doesn't have that following anymore.
Does that-
Because
They add
4
zombies.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. That's always anything. You're like, oh my god.
4, like, I feel like it kind of dropped off after 4 because it was a departure from the silliness of the series.
Yeah.
more
It got serious? The serious story?
Yeah, and the pace was slower. Like, even you walked slower.
That sucks.
Like, the aiming system wasn't run and gun. You would take cover.
Can you get fat in that game?
No.
No.
Oh, so it's not like San Andreas, like
Yeah, they didn't have the silly stuff like that.
Oh,
I
like
liked San
it's like you didn't have a, like, a
I
full
love
overly
fancy
buff.
you
games.
couldn't have a full customization of your character, basically.
We had to work for it.
But still, I mean, like I'm saying, like
You couldn't even
It wasn't
customize
as
It's like you
yeah,
can't make Nick-
you
like-
couldn't even get haircuts, so or tattoos. So it's
And
like
you had like
just change
3
clothes.
properties. in
Yeah.
the whole,
Yeah, you just change
whole
clothes.
map.
yeah. Oh, really? Only clothes?
Yeah.
No facial hair or
Yeah.
nothing. No.
So they just kind of made it more serious in the fact that they focused on the story.
Boo.
So 5's most. We don't even know about 5, huh?
I know, yeah, man.
I think
think
a
it's
lot
very
of the.
popular.
Do you want them to go back to that full customization character
Yeah.
mode, or do you still want that? Here's the main character. You're gonna follow his story, live with it. Don't.
I think the main reason that they did that kind of like it's not as fully customized is because think about it, San Andreas was the game with the most customization and stuff, right?
Mhm.
Well, the reason for that is because it's like the third one on the PS2, right? People
Yeah, it's
had
like-
enough. They already had experience of developing stuff on the console, and they just had to build on top of the same engine and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
I think what took 4 such a long time was because they had to build the engine from scratch, and you know they built in the system where you don't have to walk out of a door and like have to go through a little black cutscene thing. Like they just made it very
Yeah, that's
smooth.
true.
So I think in the next game it'll become more customized than you know.
It's gonna be using the same engine, right? As,
Yeah, I believe so.
because they don't want to spend. They don't want to waste more money.
Or a better version of the same
Or-
engine.
but it's not gonna be a engine from
It's not
scratch.
big,
huh?
Yeah, they didn't build it.
They don't. That's cost too much money right there.
I think a lot
Can I
of the
still
fan
play
base
Black
from
Mesa?
the original GTA went to Saints Row.
Really? Was it?
Yeah.
The newest Saints
Yeah.
Row. Everyone's saying is what GTA should have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Oh.
the comicalness that you find like in San Andreas.
Because I can joke around in that game, right?
Yeah, like
Silliness.
it's there in Saints Row and like then some.
Yeah.
The Saints Row 3, you can like fully customize. You can like change like the skin
Everything.
color, huh? And
Everything.
everything.
Yeah, this is everything.
You can change your
Everything.
voices.
Even like to like gibberish talking, huh?
Yeah, zombie
You can
talking.
play the
Zombie
game
talk.
as a monster.
You can make yourself the silver.
And all the characters will still understand.
It's
that.
understand. You don't understand what
Yeah.
you're saying.
Good point.
And then,
Yeah.
like, especially if you don't have like subtitles on, you're just like, what is going on? This
And
is a
then-
bad decision to do this.
Which
I
is
mean-
what happened to the jacket.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
I mean, yeah. So you think they're gonna take advice or take that and try to implement that in 5 then, Rockstar, or
I
is
think
I
they're
don't know,
trying
I
to get
think-
more serious.
Yeah.
or are they still trying to be
Yeah.
like we're a story-oriented game now, just like Red Dead Redemption was?
Yeah, they even like showed part of it as an Easter egg, because in the graveyard you can find the tombstones of all the main characters from the previous GTA's.
Oh, really?
It's like
Really?
the previous series is dead. We're a new series now.
Boo.
Yeah.
So it's not gonna be like Fallout where you just customize your own character, huh?
I
Okay.
just want jetpacks and bicycles.
Did you ever play the
I
Ballad
just
of
want-
Gay Tony?
Yes.
No.
It was wonderful.
It did kind of go back to the other stuff because
It was
it
a
was
little
like,
sillier.
yeah,
It was very silly.
It was pretty good, and it was
Because I
silly.
mean,
Oh, okay.
Homosexuality. It's like
It's
that's
a
the
joke.
last. Well, I mean, no, seriously, in like society, that's like the last straw that you could still joke around with
I guess.
and things, and you know they don't get so upset like
But they didn't even make it like Gay Tony was
explicitly
super
like, super
flamboyant.
gay. Yeah,
Yeah.
He was
Which
still
that was nice.
pretty
That was a
good.
nice touch.
What about the biker one? Was that good?
That one was horrible.
Oh, you don't like it?
Well, I played
How
it.
lost
I
in the
played through
damn-
half of it, and Sarah's like, "Oh, that game has too much swearing. You shouldn't play it anymore." I'm like,
She would
"This
hate
game is horrible
San
anyways."
It was.
Yeah.
It had no story, or was it like the story was too stupid?
It was pretty stupid. It actually, one of the characters related to one of the characters in the main story of
Yeah.
Part 4.
Dude, it was so
He's-
cool. That mission.
Yeah.
When all 3 of them.
That-
Oh my
that was
god.
awesome.
That was so
But like,
neat.
the whole like, DLC was pretty bad. You're just a bunch of bikers just.
So Battle of Gay Tony is way worth
It's
it.
way
It's
better.
so good.
Is it worth it? Is it worth it? That's
It's worth it. It's
Yeah,
definitely.
definitely.
Because it's a completely brand new story, right?
Yeah. It's a new story.
Where-
You meet
it's
the same
not-
characters from the game,
Yeah.
but like it is a new story.
You
mean
mean
Brucey?
stories mean
Brucey's all
Nico.
weak and stuff. That's so cool.
Yeah, I mean it's not like an hour story, right? It's actually
No,
a
it's
full
pretty
long
It's
story.
It's a prequel.
It's like no, it's not a.
It kind of is. There's parts of it because like Brucey,
Yeah.
he's not like the douche guy.
Yeah,
He's not. So
It
douchey.
explains all of Brucey's backstory. It explains other characters' backstories too.
That's my
So-
favorite.
Have you played the multiplayer for that one?
Yeah,
What is
but
it?
I haven't played it like. Cause I play with my friend with like just us two in a sandbox. I don't know if you can play with a lot of people, right?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you.
But it's not like an open world type thing. Don't they have to be on your
There-
friends list?
No.
No.
I think you can do like
The
random
limitation
join.
is, I think you can play certain game types only within a certain part of the city.
Yeah, I think like cops
I don't
and
think you
robbers,
can play
like
the whole-
cops and robbers. I think is like one part of the city. I was like, is it the entire city or is it like one part
I
of
mean,
the city?
I mean, like, no, it's not like just specific, like game modes. I mean, whatever you're playing, I think you're limited to a certain.
Oh, so you can't just go outside the area.
Yeah.
Okay, so like you're like yeah, like
You don't
race,
get the
like
whole
street, like
city
street
at-
racing. You can't just go into like one completely.
Yeah, you don't get the whole city at all times.
Okay,
Yeah.
I mean that's too much loading probably then.
Yeah, and it's kind of
Definitely.
pointless.
If you're like, yeah, I'm gonna go over here where
I
nobody
think-
else is at.
Actually, I think free roam you can get the whole city.
Is there free roam multiplayer?
Yeah.
You just like go
Yeah.
hunt people down?
Yeah.
Really? So how do you?
It's
What if
boring.
they're on the other side of the town
Because
then?
there's no pedestrians.
Yeah,
I think,
it's
right?
boring.
It's
Yeah,
all
there's no
outside.
pedestrians.
So it's
no one else
just
driving.
only it's like
Yeah.
well, how many people are in the room then? 8 people?
You can get a lot of people.
It's
All right,
like
so it's all
either
so
kill
in the
each other
entire
or
city,
street
only
race.
16 people are basically in this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's
So
no one else.
if they're all scattered, you can't find anybody for like a
I didn't.
a mile.
Yeah, that's why I didn't really play it on
Yeah.
multiplayer. It's
And
super
it,
boring.
it doesn't
Play
seem
Metal
like
Gear Online.
a little pointless at that point because a lot of times you're like, oh, instead of like doing something ridiculous with the person, just be like, oh, okay, we're gonna shoot each other.
Yeah.
And then like, oh, I killed you. Well, now an hour to go find another person.
Yeah.
Do this.
They brought it back too in Red Dead Redemption. They have multiplayer with that, except you can see everyone on the minimap, so you can actually go in gangs and then kill that person. Like,
It's kind of-
harass
Oh,
the crap
okay.
out of them.
Okay.
It's kind of like being in single player because you get little missions that you can do together.
Yeah.
All right, so it's getting that time again. Yes, it's 30 minutes already up.
Oh man.
Aw.
But yeah, I mean, so right, I mean, Grand Theft Auto wasn't. It's not controversial anymore, huh?
It's still.
No.
It's just a regular game now. I think.
I think when Part 5 comes out, it'll make news.
Yeah.
It'll make news, but it's
not gonna be like the same news as 3, right?
Kill dogs now.
Wow,
He was all
man.
up in
Oh yeah, if you could kill dogs, yeah.
Please.
You could kill
I
dogs.
might get to that point where it's like, kind of that. You know how games where you have that gray area where it comes like with kids?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're never gonna introduce kids or animals.
So if you can shoot kids in this game, then that's gonna get pretty. It's gonna get pretty bad,
Yeah,
right?
you can shoot birds in Metal Gear.
But that's birds. Yeah, but if you kill like you can shoot at either in 5. If you can shoot either a dog or a kid, then it'll get pretty crazy, right?
Yeah. You snap a dog's neck in Call of Duty.
Do you?
What about
But those are attack dogs.
What about Cabela's?
It's not a puppy. It's not a puppy giving you adorable eyes.
That was a Doberman out for your throat.
Wait, did they have the
Trained by
The elderly.
Did
So-
they have that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
They
did,
have
right?
elderly.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that ends up like that's a gray area too because it ends up being like comedy.
Literally gray.
Literally gray.
All right, so we'll see what happens in Grand Theft Auto 5 whenever that game is released. But all right, thanks again to Thuy, Chris, Matt, Josh, and Eric. Again, like if you have any favorite moments or what you think about GTA in general, please leave a comment and also like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our channel at Press Start Button now. Yes. Okay. All right, so I'll see. I mean, no one else has plugs, right? Because that's not really a plug corner, but.
What about my Tumblr?
Just don't
Obama.
ruin our save files. Leave us in the middle of the desert with nothing.
All right, so.
Best podcast.
All right, so see you guys later. I'll make sure to release another episode next week.